What's good, YouTube? Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. There you can find NBA tributes, NBA highlights, and NBA rookie analysis, and also NBA breakdowns exclusively on analysisplayground.com. Thanks, and make sure you like on Facebook too, analysisplayground.com. Show as much support as you can for my channel. What is good, YouTube? It's your boy Basketball Analysis coming to you with a quick video. Today we're going to talk about what to expect from the Chicago Bulls. This team is a team that I had barely missing the playoffs. There's a couple other teams in the East, it is a couple teams in the East that got potential, like a gamble. You just predict what you think going to happen, but it's not exactly going to happen every time. I think the Chicago Bulls can actually make the playoffs with this roster because they still have some depth. They still have some defensive players. They still got some offensive players. They got some stretch lineups. They got some small ball lineups. They got some switching lineups. They pretty much got everything you need to do is win. For you to win. And the Chicago Bulls have go-to scorers with Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade. They have clutch players. They got drivers. They got decent mid-range players. They got Mirotic that can stretch the floor at the power forward position. Rajon Rondo is a decent rebounder and he's a good playmaker. He just needs to be more aggressive offensively so he can be a threat. Because the more you hold the ball, the more stagnant the offense is. The more aggressive he is, the more unpredictable the offense will be. And that's where Rajon Rondo is a major key. Can he be unpredictable instead of just sitting there holding the ball for 24 seconds or 18 seconds and finally deciding to pass the ball? We need Rajon Rondo to come in with a new attitude, more aggressive, more attacking, more looking for a shot, and still getting his playmaking on. That was my biggest problem with Rajon Rondo. He always looked to pass, but he forget that the most important thing in basketball is to score. I know you helping people score by passing, but you have to be a threat offensively too. If you're not a threat offensively, the offense is going to be stagnant and they can play off of you because you're not a threat. Remember what happened to Tony Allen and Andrew Bogut? They put Andrew Bogut on Tony Allen because he's not a threat to score, and that destroyed the Memphis Grizzlies playoff chances because they playing 4-on-5 because one of the men can't score, so now they clogging in on the people that can score, making it tougher for them. And that's what happened with Rajon Rondo. The more he doesn't score, the more they sag off of him, the more it's harder for Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler to get their space to create and be able to create their own shot and get easy shots instead of contested shots because Rajon Rondo is not a threat. So he's going to have to be attacking. He's going to have to get some backdoor cuts. He's going to have to try to get some mid-range touches, spot up mid-ranges, some spot up threes. He was doing that a little bit in Dallas and a little bit in the Kings, get some spot up shots, and he's going to have to continue knocking them down because the more he don't knock his shots down, the more of a threat he's not going to be offensively, and it's going to hurt the team offensively in general. Yes, he's an amazing passer. Yes, he has huge basketball IQ, but now it's time for him to be more aggressive offensively and still be able to pass the ball and get 10 assists and get 15, 16 points a game. And remember, Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade are playmakers, shooting guards, small forwards. They can play make, they can score and pass, and they can look for the open teammates when they're driving and penetrating the offense and on offense and penetrating the defense. They can get other shots for other people. So with that being said, they're going to need for Rajon Rondo to be more aggressive. Now, Lopez is a good addition because he's a floor spacing center. He got the ability to knock down the mid-range. He can post up. He can shoot free throws. He's a decent passer. He can protect the rim decently. So with that being said, he's a solid center. I know you rather have Joakim Noah, but he's been injured so much. They got a player that's more healthier and better offensively besides passing and defense, but he's suitable for what they're trying to do. Because remember, they're not trying to build a team around this team. They're trying to fit pieces in so they can stay competitive while they're still rebuilding. And remember, Chicago is a destination to go to because they have a winning brand. They always been winning for a long time. Since Michael Jordan, they had a couple off playoff spots, but they always been competing and at a high level. So with that being said, the Bulls are the go-to team. That's why Dwayne Wade went there. And when they got Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler on long-term contracts, hopefully next year, because Dwayne Wade signed a one-year deal so he can sign more years in the future. They have Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler that can help them get more free agents in the future because they have two star players because they both are all-stars at their position. and they both play at a high level, and they both carry teams. Because Dwayne Wade carried their Miami Heat team last year, and Jimmy Butler was carrying the Bulls, and they almost made the playoffs too, but he kept getting injured. So, with that being said, Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade are franchise-changing players still to this day, and they both can carry franchises on their back, and that's going to help them get more free agents. And Jimmy Butler just has to come into being a star this season because he don't have Derrick Rose. I know that they made the playoffs before without Derrick Rose, but now he's got to show that he can carry a team for a whole season and as the man. And that's what we're going to see because Dwayne Wade said this is a Jimmy Butler team. So we got to see if Jimmy Butler can really carry a team. Can he shoot those threes consistently? Can he knock down the spot ups? Can he take over games when they need them? Can he win games that they not supposed to win and continually do it so they can make the playoffs? That's what I got to see out of Jimmy Butler, that hunger, that energy, that fight, and showing that he's a franchise player. And I do believe in Jimmy Butler. I just got to still see it. You got to see it and you got to believe it. I believe it, but now I got to see it. And Jimmy Butler got to prove that to me and the rest of us. And if he does, then I'm going to pick on the major playoffs every year. I only didn't pick on because to me it's 8 better teams than the Chicago Bulls, but they still can make it because we don't know who's going to get injured. We don't know the trade deadline. We don't know the free agents after the trade deadline become a free agent period for the people that got waived and they can pick them up. We don't know who they're going to pick up. We don't know who they're going to get, and we don't know the injuries. So this team going to be in play for a playoff spot all throughout the season because they got 2 franchise-changing players and a good distributor, and they're in the East, which is not easy no more as it used to be. It used to be, oh, it's the East, it's easy to make it. But now the Detroit Pistons finished with a better record than the Houston Rockets, who was the AC in the West. They was 500, and the Pistons was over 500, and they was the 8th seed. So right now the East is better than the West because a lot of people from the West keep going to the East, and now the NBA is getting balanced where it's hard to win games and it's hard to make playoffs because the teams are so hard because the NBA is so full of talent to the point where it's hard to even make a roster spot if you don't have any talent because they can replace you. So with that being said, we're going to have to see if the Chicago Bulls can make the playoffs and if Jimmy Butler can carry a franchise because he's going to have to do it this year. And I believe that he can do it. We just got to see it. And comment, like, subscribe, and share. Let me know what you guys think. And let me know if you think this team going to make the playoffs.